Hey there, I'm Fred Dinkins. I'm a drum instructor here at Musicians Institute, and I've been asked to give my take on what I think would be important for those of you who are considering entering MI. One of the biggest things that I know for a fact that you need to do is get your reading somewhat down, making sure that you understand your note values, understanding the note value tree. It's very, very important. Understanding the counting systems of time signatures when you encounter them. Because sometimes a lot of people say when you use 4-part counting, you're counting 16ths. That depends on the time signature. Okay, so it's 4 to 1 the ratio that you're dealing with when you subdivide. Some books I highly recommend is now that the MI Press is online, is definitely hooking those books up first and looking through the curriculum and seeing if you can understand that stuff. And if you want to enhance it more, I like using the Louis Belson book, Modern Reading Text in 4/4, also the Ted Ridge Syncopation. And the other thing is developing a professional practice routine. The one thing that I notice with most of the students, I would say 99.9% of the students, they come to MI not knowing how to sit down and really practice for a long period of time. And if you really want to get this down as a career, you really have to develop the discipline to practice every single day. I mean, I look at when you come to MI, if you don't have to work a job, you should be eating, sleeping, drinking drums 24/7. You know, so it's very, very important that you develop a professional practice routine. So if you're studying with someone, ask them about what do I do in order to get to the level and get to the place where I can practice 4 straight hours or 8 straight hours without, losing your stamina. Physical exercises is really good to help you out running and, whatever else you do, swimming, whatever, but you need to really build up your stamina to, get this together and your mental process to take on what's going to happen to you when you get here. I'm here to give you some pointers about using my book, It's About Time, published through Alfred Publishing. For those of you who might have timekeeping problems or independence issues, it's a great book to use. The first thing I like to start off with is the independence exercises for those of you who experience problems, playing bass drum with hi-hat or ride cymbal and hi-hat together. The first chapter is basically putting that all together, and then we go through the 5th limb exercise where we use counting systems that I developed, like the 16th notes, the offbeats. I think playing time is a must, that you learn how to master the upbeats, or what I call the inner beats of a meter, which could be 8th notes or 16ths if you're in 4/4. It's very important that you're able to sound those syllables out while you play and also give the notes their proper note duration. Those things are very important. The next chapter I have in the book is called Keeping It Even. And what I do there is take the click and move it to those syllables that you counted. And you play against it so that you can make sure your meter is good. If you play the 16ths, think about it, you have 1 16th note to move, either slowing down or rushing. So these exercises are great. Some of my other favorite chapters are time movement, where you learn how to play on top of the beat or behind the beat. What I did was manipulate a cross stick pattern where I placed it behind the beat or either on top or in the middle. And if you match that with your stick, then you'll be playing behind the beat, on top, in the middle. So that's a very unique thing to do. I often get questions about playing behind the beat. What does that mean? One myth that I don't believe in is playing flams. That's a big misconception, I think, of time. The main thing is the feel when you play behind the beat on top. It's how you feel in the groove, like playing sad or making someone feel sad. Most likely you're going to play behind the beat. Happy, you're going to play on the top, or either being angry, you're going to play on top of the beat. The horn hit section is a lot of fun. If you have problems reading, the horns are playing the rhythm that you see, so you can actually learn what those rhythms are just by listening down. It consistently changes styles, but everything is at the same tempo. And then the time movement also has interesting things in there where, like I said, you plan to a song and different exercises you could do. The last chapter is basically a overview of everything we've done, playing behind the beat, horn hits. There's a drum fill section that I overlook, but you really should work on your drum fills, like 1 beat at a time, 2 beats at a time, a beat and a half. All those things are there. And like I said, the overview is a song that I put together called The Time Maze, where I was blessed to have a bunch of my friends play the same song. Neither one heard either play the song, so no one knew what it sounded like until they got to the studio. So we had a great time doing that, and what happened was you got a chance to hear those guys' perspective on what their time is, you know, how they felt the tune. And we recorded it, and it came out great. Harvey Mason, who wrote the foreword to my book, Dennis Chambers, Lan Richards, Kurt Biscara, Don Perry of Jethro Tull. And man, it was a great honor to have my late friend Ricky Lawson play. That's a momentum, you know, just to get the book, just to hear how Ricky approached this track. So that's an overview of the book. If those of you who want to use it in your teaching, basically just follow everything that's there. Those of you who buy it that's a student, always feel free to contact me at freddinkins.com. It's www.freddinkins.com. Or here at mifredD@mi.edu. Thank you.